Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BBG and Heroes Adventure Road to Passion. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We are zooming towards 13k, even though this is only my third video for the month. Okay, yeah, look, that's new for me. But hopefully we will be finishing the last of this DLC. I'm hoping so. I don't really know if I'm close to the end, but it feels like I'm close to the end. But either way, we are going to do the giveaway first real quick. We have 19 entries. Let's just swap to the wheel. The RNG gods must decide here. I'll be back. Now, this giveaway is slightly late in finishing, but it's fine. We got 19 people here, 5 keys. Let's just get the first one. Who is the first one blessed by the gods? Tell me. The answer is number 9, you say. Mriti takes the win and the first of 5 keys. On to the second. We're going to zoom through this because I should have done this last week at least, but here we are. 6, 5, 6, 6. It's 6. The extremely sus name takes the win. Straight back into it. Are we going to be all single digits the whole time? Nope. Of course, went to the highest one. Alpha 69 takes the third win of 5. Straight back into it. Oh my, single digits are very popular today. 3, Alara takes the win. And lucky last. Oh, it's a double digit. 12? 12. Night Ninja, you've got to be joking me. Won so many giveaways. But congratulations to all 5 people. Again, if you've won and you've already got the game, you know, and you're not going to pass the key on to a friend or something, just let me know and I'll just re-roll this wheel and just give it to somebody else. Up to you though, food for thought. Regardless, congrats to all those. I will be contacting you later today after this video comes out with your key. So, look forward to it. Anyways, let's get back into it. Now, as I recall, we pretty much did everything on this island. I'm pretty sure we only have to confront the bad guy. No one's allowed in with an invitation or a wooden ply. I have that. I mean, I have the fully stamped token, but I don't know if to advance the story, that's what I need to do. Because I've been everywhere in the past 2 episodes for Penglai. Let's see what happens. I've got a fully stamped token. Too many eyes and ears here. I better stay away from it. But I've been everywhere else, man. There's a lingering smell of white vinegar in the wood room. Investigate carefully. Explore reaches level 5 master. Now that I've done. Something's wrong, but I can't tell what. I know where the problem comes from. Firstly, the woodshed should be near the kitchen, at least not too far away, but the woodshed of this sect is not visible from the kitchen. Considering the ventilation of this room, it can't be considered a woodshed at all. The firewood and grain stored here will get damp in a few sheets and the materials used for walls and floors are too luxurious to build a firewood room. Of course, as if this is the style of the sect, it's not something to be criticised. But these wall decorations and carpets, the firewood room's not a place for guests. Who would put these things here? It's a trap. There's something under the rug. Finally, this cabinet. There's nothing wrong with the cabinet, but it seems to be placed unevenly, a bit tilted. Is there something stuffed behind it? Move the decorations and carpet first. Here is full of traces of fighting and blood. There are many traces of knife slashes, axe chops, and club hits. That's because the whole sect's been killed. There are large patches of blood seeped into the ground. Perhaps because it seeped too deep and couldn't be cleaned, it was covered with a carpet. The traces are too messy. It's hard to tell how many people were involved, but it should have happened recently, possibly even last night. But at least one thing can be confirmed. This cover-up is related to the Penglai sect for sure. This is certain, turning a whole house into a temporary firewood room to cover up the fight here. If it wasn't decided by the Penglai sect, it couldn't be done. Now the question is, what's the relationship between this fight and the Penglai sect? The first is that the sect was involved in this fight. The second is this fight has nothing to do with the sect, and they're purely a victim. But in order for this ceremony to proceed normally, they chose to cover up this matter. The Penglai sect seemingly bustling and harmonious. What exactly happened? I believe I was supposed to find this clue first. Instead, I went the complete opposite way. Move the cabinet. There's a bulge behind this cabinet on the wall, causing the wall to crack and deform as if something had been smashed from the outside. The wall is on the verge of damage. With a little more force, I could break a big hole. But if I use my internal energy to break the wall, it would inevitably make a loud noise. Attracting attention would not be good. I can carefully examine and find the weak points of it, infuse my MP into my skill and slowly tap it quietly to break it. But this action is meticulous and consumes a lot of energy. I mean, yeah, break the wall. Easy. Is this the other side of Penglai Island? There seems to be a faint smell of blood in the air. To prevent being discovered, I should move the cabinet inside the house to cover this hole. Okay. I'm tired now, dear God. Back up to normal we go. Come, Lord Fifth. We must discover something or other. Where's the fight? Hey, this is the start. Was this just another route to the cave? I suspect it was. Oh yeah, there's the cliff. Yep, okay. Right, well, I've been here. Oh! The stone cave is tightly closed. Do we need some machinery to open it? Maybe it's like the prison. The back of the stele will have instructions on how to operate the machinery. Alright, so I just didn't go to the right of this bloody cave. This has to be the last thing. 2 strong and powerful characters, Marshall Toon. There are small characters in the lower right corner. 8 thieves were executed here. Looking left and right, up and down, there's no method to open this stone door. It's just use force then. See? Easy. I just wasted effort thinking about how to open the door. Turns out it was just seemingly closed. I lifted it lightly and the stone door was driven up by the machinery. I always feel once I enter this cave I won't be able to come out for a while. If I'm not prepared or haven't finished investigating or haven't chosen the right teammates, it's better not to enter rashly. Oh my. We're about as prepared as we're gonna get. She'll be right. It begins. Seems to be some movement behind me. It was me who made the noise closing the door. Okay, Gong Sun Hui, what's good? Sussy boy. It's you. You called me to Penglai Island. I'm here now. There needs to be an explanation about this Xuan Yuan treasure codex and the blood rikshasha. Since you found your way here, it means my plan was quite successful. Before you move or speak, I need to know one thing. Have the 8 saints arrived on the island? Are they prepared? Now it's unknown whether he's a friend or foe. I might as well say all 8 saints are here. If he's an enemy, it might intimidate him. Quite a few sect leaders are sitting in the main hall, and they are indeed prepared for him. Then there is a basis for cooperation between you and me. As for the parts of the Xuan Yuan treasure codex, I've hidden them somewhere, and will give them to you after our cooperation ends. What cooperation? I guess we're fighting him together? What's your relationship with him? Your actions at the swordsmanship conference in the sects cause internal strife within the Penglai sect. And the reason for the internal strife in this Penglai sect is they can't find a person who caused the trouble. Are you really from this sect? Are you really a disciple of Broderick Shasha? Correct. He is not my master, but my enemy. When I was 11, he came to my house, intending to ask my grandfather for help. My grandfather refused, so he killed my father. My father's dying blow only slightly injured him. My grandfather still refused, so he killed my mother. In the end, my grandfather also died at his hands. When my father reported the arrival of the blood rikshasha, my grandfather immediately sealed my mute acupoint, making me unable to speak or move, and then threw me into the wall crevice, and I saw everything. Yeah, it's rough. That's real rough. And what's the blood rikshasha's plan, to be honest? After losing his power, he's always held a grudge against the Ancient Saints. He travelled around always looking for a way to recover his power. After countless failures, he decided to follow the path of the great hero. This direction was correct. He succeeded. He found this island. This island is where the great hero of Chuxiang City chased and killed the 8 thieves. He buried them here, leaving behind unparalleled martial arts, so this cave is called the Martial Tomb. Although he's lost all his power, Bloodrikshasha has many other abilities. He killed all the fishermen here by himself, broke the trap set by my father, unlocked the machinery that sealed the Martial Tomb, and came to the place where you and I are standing. Here he found a demonic skill in the demon Martial Tomb that could be learned without power, and he devoted himself to learning it for more than 10 years, recovering his power to about 60 to 70% of his previous level. With this, he could return to the Central Plains, gather the villains from various places, and make them submit with his domineering methods. These villains have more or less grievances with the 8 saints and their sect, so he was able to gather them together. He exterminated the Penglai sect and impersonated them. What a detailed long con, my god. If you saw the stone tablet on the way, that was something left over from his previous plan. He altered the sentences and key patterns on the Martial Tomb, misleading the later learners and making them obsessed. To ensure the effect, he deceived the evil people he gathered to learn and observe the results. The plan was originally very well prepared, but then an accident happened, forcing him to modify it. That is, I impersonated his disciple and made a fuss at the sword discussion conference, forcing him to expose himself ahead of time. At the same time, he incited internal strife, causing more than half of his subordinates to die. After he came out, he modified the plan overnight, changing from luring into the Martial Tomb to taking action in the main hall. You said that he only recovered 6 or 7/10 of his strength before leaving the mountain. Why didn't he recover all of it? Because he was stuck at a bottleneck, unable to comprehend the mysteries of the latter half of the demonic skill. That's why he sought out my family. Your family? You're a demonic cultivator! My goal is revenge. The internal strife within the sect was also orchestrated by me. When I was causing trouble at the swordsmanship conference in the sects, I said and did a lot of things, a large part of which was not for you to see. Was it for the internal members of the fake Penglai sect to see? Correct. The certain speech habits, tones, unnecessary actions and methods I deliberately displayed were all imitating the conspicuous actions and speech habits of some people inside them. When the witnesses relayed the news to their ears, mutual suspicion and infighting were inevitable. Considering that one move from you wiped out half the sect, yeah, that's pretty freaking crazy. Okay, can we go fight Rikshasha now? We've the same enemies, so naturally we have a basis for cooperation. How do you want to cooperate? I need someone to guard me while I'm comprehending. What if I don't agree? Then you can wait here for a while, because I've locked the gate, and if I die, no one can open this door, and you'll be trapped until you starve to death. Okay then. Why do you think I talk so much with you? I was just waiting for the stone door to be completely sealed. Damn. Comprehension of martial arts is always a long-term matter. Fast for 3 to 5 days, slow for 8 to 9 years. Bloodrikshasha also counts by year here, and Bloodrikshasha will return to this island to hold a meeting at the latest today. So he's going to recite the words of the great hero and see if I survive listening to it. That's crazy, but okay. You read through the inscription once, then listen to me explain. He begins to recite the interpretation of the inscription by the hard observation technique. You find the principles within isn't strange. Your vision gradually darkens and you slowly enter into an illusion. Whoa! You want me to fight you? I don't think that's very wise, but okay. Wow, you don't do a lot of damage. Okay. Good night. I see me fighting with Gong Sun Hui somewhere. The place seems to be a flat ground, but it's silent all around and I can't see the end. Impossible. You've also learned the hard observation scripture? No? What hard observation scripture? This is the first time I've heard you mention this book today. I haven't learned this scripture at all. But when you were explaining, I felt like I understood what you were saying. The content of the book you quoted in your explanation, I feel like I've understood it a long time ago. Is it because I have the prayer manual? This is the difference between talent and hard work, I'm afraid, mate. I'm just talented. What are you going to do? Let me ask you, can you stare at someone for a long time and see through them? What do you mean by see through a person? Even in battle, if you stare at someone for a long time, you can see through their martial arts, internal skills, degree of injury, remaining MP. You can even see their attack, defense, Qinggong, and proficiency. Yeah, I just have to click on them. Easy. Even the next move, how likely it is to hit you, how likely it is to hit your vital points. The possibility of continuous attacks, parries, or evasions are all completely seen through by you, right? I mean, yes. So I'm the talented chosen one. Yes. Do you know what I've given up? And you were born with it. Why? Why do you, pierce the heavens, deserve it? Look, man. Relax. If your martial arts aren't good, the vision's useless. Do you know why my grandfather forbade the whole family from practicing this observation scripture? Because after learning it, you'll gradually become alienated from the world. I have joined many sects, but after learning all the martial arts, I unhesitatingly left, regardless of how the masters and brothers tried to retain me. The treasures that people in the world compete for, I would casually give to a peddler, just because I wanted to learn his mercantile skills. I don't know what appraise artwork, tool crafting will do for my path of revenge, but because these skills are here, I go to learn them. Even for skills like ambush, immobilize, poison, I have harmed many innocent tourists in order to learn. Pets are like wheels to me. When I need them, I feed them. When I don't, I starve them for days and nights. No matter how badly they are injured, I make them fight for me. Yeah, okay, that's pretty messed up. I make friends just for their martial arts. After learning, if they're useless to me, I leave them and never see them again. I get involved with women just to make them work harder in battle and also for worldly achievements. Brother, you do not need to self-report on yourself constantly, like every sentence, buddy. You are totally wrong. I'm not like you at all, man. I feed Lord Fifth better than me. I treat people sincerely and interact with them with my heart. I treat my girls with sincerity. Don't deceive yourself. Aren't you always going to run away from here, run away from everyone and everything, right? The great hero thought the same way, so he disappeared without a trace, just like a legend. And the reason I feel this way is because I've already seen my own end. So now we're going to have to work together and comprehend this martial tomb and all the graves here. Alright, we gotta learn all these tombs, but I'm gonna leave it here. It's definitely more than I thought that was left. This is such a big DLC just for being like a free addition to the game. It's absolutely crazy. Labor of love, legit. It really is. It really is a labor of love. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Winners, you will be contacted pretty much as soon as this video goes live. Hopefully we finish the Penglai DLC in the next episode. That would be awesome, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how long we've got left. Every time I think I'm close, more happens. But as always, have a great day.